Were you dating a fearful avoidant, or were you dating a narcissist? Or maybe it was both. Some people who struggle with disorganized attachment are further on the narcissistic spectrum. It's important to know if your ex was further along on this spectrum because it will shed some understanding on why going through a breakup with a fearful avoidant leaning narcissist is so difficult and so hard to recover from. In this video, we will talk about how to determine if your fearful avoidant ex is also a narcissist and how to start recovering from narcissistic abuse. Hi, I'm Katya Morozova. I'm a personal and relationship coach for people who are ready to heal their relationship wounds, become secure in their skin, and have healthy relationships. I'm also the founder of KatyaMorozova.me. I'm committed to helping people who have been wronged in their relationships to speak up for themselves and create life and relationships by their own design. If you're new to my channel and you truly want to address the core of what it takes to have healthy relationships, then definitely subscribe to my channel. I've been coaching for the last 8 years, helping people overcome debilitating patterns in their love lives so they can finally attract a healthy partner and have lasting connections. First, let's talk about some common narcissistic attributes to look for in a fearful avoidant. First, you notice that there's no room for you in the relationship, and this is something that typically deepens as time goes on. And the narcissist will set up tacit or explicit agreements that you shouldn't have needs. There's a difference between this and being an anxious preoccupied and being someone who is naturally of service and the relationship being a little bit skewed towards you giving more versus a relationship with someone who doesn't allow you to speak, for instance, whenever you get emotional or have needs or challenges, and immediately starts bulldozing you anytime you want to talk about something that's important to you. The second attribute is that you notice that you have to walk on eggshells around this person. Again, this is different from feeling like you have to walk on eggshells because of your own trauma history and because of traumatic memory and your own triggers, as opposed to you having to walk on eggshells because your partner acts aggressively towards you, is set off by small things that you do, directs you, tells you what to do or not to do, tells you what to say or not to say. Then your walking on eggshells is more of a response, an appropriate protective mechanism to someone who is aggressive, to someone who is unpredictable, and someone who arouses fear in you, a very real and rational fear. The third attribute is gaslighting. Gaslighting is when you are made to feel crazy because your ex would lie, manipulate, and then pretend like they didn't, or they would deny your experience. You may find yourself replaying conversations that you had with them, trying to remember certain details, in a sense, looking to confirm your experience, but finding it difficult to do so because they are so aggressively trying to convince you that you're wrong and that their experience is right. So instead, you're left questioning yourself and your own experience. So in a relationship with a fearful avoidant who's a narcissist, they lack empathy. So they may flip-flop drastically, but then act like nothing happened. They won't be able to handle your feedback if you speak up for yourself, and they will lash out at you if you do give them constructive feedback or enforce boundaries. Working through conflict with them will feel like pulling teeth. This is because people who struggle with narcissism struggle with a flimsy identity and extremely low self-esteem. They will do anything to not be found out. That includes gaslighting, denying, lying, and lashing out. Now let's talk about what to expect and some initial steps to break through the pain and confusion. The first step is understanding that it's not your fault. Going through a breakup with a narcissist fearful avoidant will likely end in you feeling like it was your fault. You may think things like, I shouldn't have said that thing, even if it wasn't a really detrimental thing to say. You will more than likely blame yourself for the breakup. Now, this can be true of many breakups, and many people feel this way after a breakup, but in the case of a narcissist, it will take time to shed this belief. The first step is to remember that the breakup was truly not your fault. And if you were with a narcissist and what ended the relationship was you drawing one boundary, well, then that was something that you did because it was your last straw. So don't beat yourself up if that's why the relationship ended, was because you finally stood up for yourself. The next step is gather agreement. Listen to your friends and to the people who questioned whether this person was a good fit for you from day one. You may initially need help validating your experience during this difficult and vulnerable time. You may need multiple voices affirming your thoughts, your feelings, and your fears. It's okay to gather agreement during this time. It may feel like you're dragging your ex's name through the dirt, and the reality is that sometimes this is what's necessary to deeply reconnect to your own experience of the situation and affirm that experience after narcissistic abuse. The final step is a challenging one, but I want you to start to consider that you deserve more. You've been under the narcissistic spell, the highs and lows coupled with the fearful avoidance ability to seduce and romance. There's a part of you that may still want to go back to your ex for a period of time. You may even think that they will change or that you can shapeshift to continue meeting their needs. You may even believe that you don't need to have your needs met and that you can have a relationship with them on their terms. These feelings are natural, and especially after being manipulated by a narcissist. And I want to remind you and start to ingrain the thought that there's so much more available out there for you. Love, support, adoration, consistency, and someone who won't make you feel like you are crazy. If you'd like support during your recovery towards mental and emotional well-being, if you'd like support in seeing the relationship clearly, raising your self-esteem, and validating your experience, then one-on-one coaching may be a great fit for you. If you'd like to explore that kind of relationship with me, definitely book a session in the description below. Do you like this video? If you did, definitely give me a thumbs up. And if you want more relief, clarity, and understanding, then definitely hit that subscribe button. Finally, grab my free gift. It's in the description, How to Heal and Find Yourself After a Breakup. It's a 5-step guide, and I think you should definitely check it out. Plus, it comes with an email series on fearful avoidance. So it's a pretty win-win. So definitely grab that in the description. I think you're really gonna like my video on how to profile a fearful avoidant versus a dismissive avoidant and what you can expect from a breakup with each. That's going to be right up here somewhere. So definitely watch that next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.